So let's dive into one of the most intense, most dramatic moments in all of world literature. I want you to picture this. The stage is set for a truly epic battle, a war to end all wars. We've got two massive armies staring each other down. The fate of an entire kingdom is hanging in the balance. And right at the heart of it all is this legendary warrior, Arjuna, poised for absolute glory.
But then, just as things are about to kick off, something just snaps. Our hero, the greatest archer of his time, literally puts down his weapon. Now, what in the world could make a warrior of his stature just refuse to fight? Not because of an enemy's arrow, but because of his own inner turmoil. Well, that's the massive question we're tackling today. A moment that changes everything in the ancient Indian epic, the Mahabharata. So our story starts on this sacred plain called Kurukshetra. It's known as a field of righteousness. But honestly, the conflict about to go down here is anything but righteous. This is a straight-up civil war. It's a bitter, nasty family feud between two sets of cousins, the Pandavas and the Kauravas, and they're fighting for control of the kingdom. This whole scene, this incredible tension, is the very setup for the philosophical dialogue we know as the Bhagavad Gita. Now, if you look at the two sides, you've got the Pandavas, led by heroes like our main guy, Arjuna, and his powerful brother Bhima. And on the other side, you have the Kauravas, led by their grandsire Bhishma and their teacher Drona. But here's the kicker, the thing you have to understand. These aren't just random enemies. They're teachers, grandfathers, uncles, brothers, cousins, all staring each other down, ready to kill. You'd think the battle would start with the clash of swords, right? Nope. It starts with sound, a thunderous psychological assault. Both sides just unleash this incredible blast from their sacred conches, basically screaming, "We are here and we are ready for war." And the first sound comes from the Kaurava side, from the respected elder, Bhishma. He blows his conch, and the sound is described as being like the roar of a lion. It's this powerful, intimidating blast, meant to pump up his own troops and strike fear into the hearts of the enemy. But the Pandavas' response, it is immediate and it is overwhelming. First up is Lord Krishna, who's acting as Arjuna's charioteer. He sounds his legendary conch, the Panchajanya, and that just sets off this incredible chain reaction. And right after Krishna, our hero Arjuna answers with his own conch, the Devadatta. Its divine sound just cuts right through the air. You gotta understand, this isn't just random noise. It's like a conversation between warriors, a powerful prelude to the violence that's about to unfold. And he's immediately followed by his brother, the absolutely fearsome Bhima, a guy known for his brute strength. He blows his massive conch, the Poundra, adding to this deafening symphony of war. And then, one by one, all the Pandava heroes join in. The effect is just devastating. The combined sound from the Pandava side is so tremendous, so unbelievably earth-shattering, that the text says it literally shattered the hearts of the Kaurava army. So right from the get-go, their morale just takes a massive, massive hit. But right in the middle of all this chaos, just as the armies are about to charge, Arjuna does something really unexpected. He turns to his charioteer, Krishna, and makes this simple, yet totally fateful request. He wants a better look. He literally asks Krishna to drive their chariot right into the no man's land between the two armies. He wants to look his opponents right in the eye to see exactly who he's about to fight for this kingdom. It seems like a moment of pure warrior confidence, right? Or so you'd think. So Krishna, being the master charioteer he is, maneuvers the chariot right into the center of the battlefield. Arjuna gets his wish. He looks to his left, he looks to his right, but what he sees doesn't fire him up. It breaks him. He doesn't see an army of faceless enemies. He sees a family reunion. I mean, just think about this for a second. He sees his own great-grandfather, Bhishma, the man who practically raised him. He sees his revered teacher, Drona, who taught him everything he knows about archery. He sees uncles, cousins, even sons and grandsons of his own relatives. Every single face is a memory. Every person there is family. And in that one moment, the brutal reality of what he's about to do just crashes down on him. The greatest warrior of his generation, the hero destined for this epic victory, is suddenly just overcome. This immense wave of grief and compassion just washes over him, and his resolve completely crumbles into dust. And his reaction is not just emotional, it is completely physical, it's visceral. He tells Krishna his limbs are giving way, his mouth is going dry, his entire body is trembling. And his legendary bow, the Gandiva, this thing that's like an extension of his own arm, it literally just slips from his hand. His warrior's body is betraying his warrior's duty.
His change of heart is absolute. He says, I don't want victory anymore. I don't want the kingdom or any of the pleasures that come with it. He asks his gut-wrenching question. What is the point of winning the world if you have to kill everyone you love to get it? The entire purpose of the war just becomes meaningless to him in an instant.
And look, this isn't just some emotional outburst. Arjuna actually lays out a powerful, logical argument against this war. First, he says, killing your own family is a terrible sin. Second, he argues that this act of killing your kin will destroy the entire family structure and all its sacred traditions. And third, he concludes, once those traditions are gone, lawlessness will just take over, and society will collapse into total chaos for generations to come. And with that, he makes his final move. He throws down his bow and arrows, sinks down into his seat on the chariot, and completely gives in to his grief. The battle is moments from starting, and its greatest hero has just quit. This moment of crisis is what sets the stage for one of the most profound philosophical conversations in human history.
So we're left with this huge question. Is Arjuna's breakdown on the battlefield a moment of weakness, the absolute failure of a great warrior? Or is it something else entirely? Could this moment of profound doubt and despair actually be the beginning of a much deeper, much more important quest for truth?